Dallas Cowboys Game Night is presented by AT&T. Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. Miller Lite, the only beer the Cowboys. It's Miller time. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis has been the site of a couple classics in its short history. Tonight was no different. The Dallas Cowboys 20-16 over the Minnesota Vikings, their sixth straight win, and a touchdown catch from Amari Cooper with 51 seconds left from the backup quarterback. Cooper Rush thrust it into action in Week 8 of the NFL season, and the Cowboys are now 6-1. Welcome in to Cowboys Game Night here from the Star in Frisco alongside six-time Pro Bowler, three-time Super Bowl champion Nate Newton. I'm Kyle Yeomans. And Nate, where do we start with this but Cooper Rush? I mean, Cooper to win it in the final seconds of this one, but this was a gutsy win all around for the Cowboys.
You know, everybody came up big. Your stars came up. Zeke came up big. Amari came up big. CeeDee Lamb came up big. But what this kid did is he settled himself down, and as the game went on, he just got better and better, and guys made plays for him. We had a lot of guys go out, so this was a total team win.
This one went all the way up until game time to see the decision. Let's take a look at some of the highlights, starting with probably the most detrimental highlight of the day. Dak Prescott not in uniform. He did work out pregame, but it was ultimately Cooper Rush tabbed with the first start of his career. Had only thrown 3 pass attempts entering the night. This was one early on in the second quarter, 2nd and 5, throw over the middle, bounded around, and it's picked off by Xavier Woods. Cooper Rush went through his lumps early on, but he certainly did find a little bit of a groove, and the Cowboys defense, down by 7 with Minnesota with the ball, was able to stand strong and get the ball back. The ensuing drive, 12 plays, 60 yards, setting up this 38-yard field goal for Greg Zuerlein, put the Cowboys on the board down 7-3. On the next drive, how about this? Over the middle, the fast forward to the third quarter, Cedric Wilson for 73 yards to the house. This was just the third play of the second half.
And you know what happened there? Where's the two safeties squeezed down on that interception? They opened up right here and left their corner naked by himself, and he just took it to the house with a great, nice seam route right up the middle.
Longest pass by a Cowboys quarterback making his first start since Roger Staubach back in 1969. The Cowboys defense got after Kirk Cousins in this one. None more apparent than Randy Gregory. A forced fumble on this, and Minnesota forced to give the ball back to Dallas. What did Dallas do with it? How about Cedric Wilson says, hey, I can catch 73-yard touchdown passes. I can throw it a little bit as well.
You know, Kellen went into his bag right here with a little trick play. They thought they had the young guy, but he moved around just enough, and him and CeeDee Lamb was on the same page, and he threw it across the field for a completion.
35 yards to CeeDee Lamb, setting up 39 yards for Greg Zuerlein. This tied the football game back up at 13 apiece with just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. On the first drive of the fourth quarter for the Cowboys, how about former Cowboy Xavier Woods off the edge, and he forces a fumble, and that one did not look great for Cooper Rush.
It didn't, but, you know, he thought Tony Pollard was going to come over and pick that guy up, and he was a little bit late, and Xavier thought he was in the house on us.
Minnesota got the ball on their own 48-yard line, couldn't do anything with it again. They later in the quarter settled for a 24-yard field goal following penalties and the run game, which allowed Cooper Rush with just under 3 minutes to play to throw this bobbling catch to Amari Cooper to give them a shot inside their own 30-yard line. What a play from Amari Cooper to keep things alive. And then Ezekiel Elliott on 3rd down 11. How about this over the middle to Ezekiel Elliott, right up the middle, inside the 5-yard line. And he has it inside the 5 on 1st and goal. The play following this, a game winner to Amari Cooper on the backside. He had some hamstring issues right before this play, and the catch makes it to win it for the Cowboys. 20-16, a game-winning drive for Cooper Rush as the Cowboys improve to 6-1 on the season. We've got plenty more reaction to come from the Star in Frisco here on Cowboys Game Night right after this.
This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. The Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket from the Texas Lottery is your ticket for a chance to win up to $100,000. Get your Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. Must be 18 or older to purchase a ticket. Play responsibly.
From his career in Green Bay, Mike McCarthy certainly had his battles with Mike Zimmer. Well, now with his 2 wins as a part of the Cowboys organization, he owns the all-time record over Zimmer, 6-5-1. Here's what the head coach had to say following another classic win.
What does this kind of night do for your team, the way you want it, and without Dak and what people do?
I mean, this is definitely a gut check win for us. We talked about it, this morning in a team meeting. Just, hey, it's going to, complimentary football, and coming into a loud place. They're coming off a bye week. It's a difficult place to play, and we knew we wanted to be balanced. And I can't say enough about Cooper being ready, number one, to jump in there and go, and it was productive. Did an excellent job, commanded the offense. I thought Kellen did a really good job, just kind of taking what they what they're giving us. I have a lot of respect for Mike Zimmer, just the way he's always coached and the way his defenses try to dictate where the ball goes, and Cooper did a great job distributing the football. So we lost the turnover differential, but you look at that, and the offsides there on the punt, and our defense responded every time. So it's just the way the defense responded, keeping the point total down, overcoming way too many penalties, particularly on that last drive defense. But I just think the adversity of the back and forth and the up and down, and I can't say enough about our football team the last 2 weeks, or last 2 games, New England and tonight. Just the neutral thinking, just the steady, and this is definitely, we got a lot to correct. So it's always a good thing as a coach when you win tough games, and you have a lot of things to correct, because it's an opportunity to grow. So excellent win for us tonight. We knew it was going to be tough coming in here, always is, and I'm proud of our football team. I'm sorry?
What impressed you most about what Cooper was able to do?
I knew it was going to be a little bit of a moment until we got settled in. That's normal coming over here. I mean, this is they've done a great job with their home field environment, and I thought once he got settled in, he ran the offense and handled the adjustments, throughout the game, and it's really the way our season's gone. I think our coaching staffs are doing a really good job of in-game adjustments. I think communication between the players, and just going through it, and we got to do a much better job in the penalties. I mean, this is we spent the whole bye week breaking them down and going back through them, and we had way too many again tonight.
So Mike McCarthy talking about Cooper Rush there and having to really settle in from the quarterback position. It certainly helps whenever you have guys like Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott, Cedric Wilson making big-time plays in big-time moments.
Oh, it was nice tonight, especially when Zeke caught that ball, split the 2 guys, and broke down in there, and gave us a 1st and goal to go. And then all of a sudden, Amari Cooper, he's been dealing with a hamstring, make 2 acrobatic plays, 1 in the end zone and 1 before that. These guys played lights out, man. When you need your stars to step up, they did it tonight. One
of the buzzwords around this Cowboys program all year long has been complementary football. Normally, that's from unit to unit. Today, it was really from position group to position group. The Cowboys needed everyone for the 20-16 win over the Vikings. When we come back, we hear from Cooper Rush on his first career win.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. The Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket from the Texas Lottery is your ticket for a chance to win up to $100,000. Get your Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. Must be 18 or older to purchase a ticket. Play responsibly. This segment is brought to you by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Cowboys offense back up over 400 total yards. They finished with 419, 325 of those coming from Cooper Rush. The backup quarterback thrusted into his first career start and thus his first career win over the Vikings. Here's what he had to say.
You dream probably of moments like this. How does it match up to what you dreamt about?
Yeah, you definitely dream about them, and it's just as good as the dream. It's pretty awesome to be able to share that with everyone and be able to win it like that. You always want to win it. It's really fun when you win it like that.
What was your reaction when you were told
I mean, I had a sense it was probably coming. I mean, all week I took, everything in practice. So you had more sense of this is real than usual. So I had a pretty good feeling, just based on kind of where he was all week, and all week you prepare like you're playing, so it wasn't a huge deal.
Your family, many of them that were here today, they haven't seen you play a meaningful football game since college.
Yeah.
What was it like to know that they were here for that?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously I knew there was a chance, so my brothers flew in, parents got here, wife flew up with the baby, got someone to watch the baby, and it's pretty special. Can't wait to go see him out there. And support system's been unbelievable my whole life. It's the reason I'm here.
When you ripped that ball over the middle to Cedric, that seemed to be obviously the moment when you kind of finally got things rolling. What was that moment when you see that ball drop in?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great play call, number one, and then we just caught him in a really good look. Saw safety, just the red sea part there, and you're thinking, get in there, set, and he got in there and just run through the ball. Didn't know if I put it out there too much or not, but he had pretty good rapport with him. He was right on stride, and he made it all the way, which was important, obviously.
On that note of rapport, of course, it'd be special to make that play to any player, but for you guys to, not be scared so long and working together for all those years, what did it mean to have that?
Yeah, I've played with Seth a lot in the preseason games. A couple years he was on the scout team before everyone realized how good he was and got up to the big show. But he's an unbelievable player. We're lucky to have him. Does everything for us.
The Dallas Cowboys led for a total of 51 seconds in this ball game. It took all the way up until the final 51 for Dallas to hold a lead in the game. And really, Cooper Rush, what is there else to say about his performance? It was gutsy. It was calm. Really, in the midst of a storm in that fourth quarter, things really could have gone wrong, and he kept it on the tracks.
One thing about it, even with his interview there, the kid is he's calm, he's cool. At the beginning of the game, he had happy feet. By the third quarter, he had settled down. He knew where his targets was. Hey, you hear him say, get in there, Sid, because now he's starting to see the defense. He's starting to read the coverage. He's starting to connect with his players. And by the end of the game, he knew where everybody was, and he spotted them right on time.
Really looked like these guys were playing for Cooper Rush. There was a big cohesive unit all the way through. Cedric Wilson, a big part of that.
Oh, definitely, man. You can tell they worked, and I hate to say this because the kids started tonight, but they worked well on the scout team together. So, hey, it showed up in the game. And, hey, whenever you can get work, he take advantage of the work. And guys say, you're always on film. You always need to be working hard. And these two guys showed it tonight.
And, of course, with Cooper Rush thrown into action tonight, there's still a question mark surrounding Dak Prescott and whether or not he's going to be able to go next week as the Denver Broncos come to town. So there's still lots of questions around him. But let's hear from Dak Prescott himself when we come back. Exclusive audio from QB1.
This segment was brought to you by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Cowboys win it 20-16 behind Cooper Rush. Dak Prescott inactive for the first time in 2021. Let's hear from Dak for the first time since he was headed to the inactive list.
Well, first of all, let me ask you about when did you know you weren't gonna play? Was it right up until game time, or did you?
Yeah, pretty much. Just obviously I had a plan all week trying to progress, trying to get myself healthy, and I think we just made the call at the end for the most part of having a chance to obviously come out with a win without me playing and be able to get healthy and not have something re-injure or linger past this week.
How do you get in your mindset of maybe I'm going to play, I'm going to try to work out, and then all of a sudden, okay, it's not happening, now I got to be the biggest supporter for
that's what this team is about. Just trying to support everybody and every part of this team from whatever avenue that is. So for me, it was about focusing on being the starter, doing what I normally do, going through that same routine all week long. And then if I didn't get the call, then obviously I was going to be able to flip it easy and just knowing everything that I prepared to, being able to give it to Coop and help him out.
What do you think changed with Cooper Rush in the game to maybe calm him down? Was there a moment that you were like, hey, you know what, he's got this, he's okay?
I thought it was okay before the game. I don't think there was ever a moment necessarily I felt like he was too high or nervous or rattled. That's Coop. He's very mild-tempered and just always that way, never too high, never too low. And it showed tonight. Just allowed him to just be able to stay in there, stick through some bad plays, and come out and make some great plays to win the game that we needed down there in the fourth quarter.
And his throw, the first touchdown that they threw to Cooper, Cedric Wilson, that ball. And of course, Cedric also was a nice throw as well. But that kind of, you think that got the offense kind of rolling again and said, all right, now we're on the board now we're going?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, whether I'm in there or anybody in there, that's how that first touchdown does, and that's what it does. And so when Coop, obviously, big third down, just being able to catch the defense in the position and what we wanted them to be in the play, and Coop just dialed it up, perfect ball to Said, and Said went and did the rest. It was great. It was great momentum for us, and just allowed us just to get started and kicked it off for us.
I know it's still early, but you said the reason why you didn't want to play this game and push it is because you don't want to, miss next week's game, or do you feel like that's still on the table for next week? Is that the goal?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as I told you, I was getting prepared to play this game. I'm a guy that takes it day by day, moment at moment. So right now I'm going to go celebrate this win with the guys, and worry about rehabbing and getting everything back in order tomorrow.
Awesome.
Thanks, appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Special thanks to our very own Nick Eatman for the audio with Dak there. And he mentioned the wide receivers stepping up in big-time situations. Cedric Wilson on multiple occasions. Then you had CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper up over 100 yards. How big were they?
They're big. I mean, when you got 7 to 8 guys that you're throwing the ball to, and all of them are making plays for you, that just gives a young quarterback confidence. He's thinking in his mind, I just got to get it to these guys. And CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Ced Wilson, top to bottom, even down to Pollard, who caught one pass, made plays for this kid. And when you got that going on, and Zeke breaking that thing at the end like that, yeah, this kid should be proud tonight.
Big-time plays from those guys. How did you figure the offensive line played tonight?
They played okay, man. We lost a big Tyron for most of the game. Nisinki came in. I may have pronounced your name wrong, sir. Excuse me. He came in, did a nice job, and they did what they had to do. I like that, man. Coach Philman, great job.
This was a did what they had to do type of game from Nate Newton. It was gritty all the way through it, and the Cowboys win it 20-19. When we come back here on Cowboys Game Night, we wrap this one up and look ahead. The Cowboys are 6-1 and still on top of the NFC East.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night was presented by AT&T, Reliant, and NRG Company, and by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full and condensed game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl.
20-16, the Cowboys win it on the road in Minneapolis, and there you look at some of the final stats. Up over 400 total yards. The Cowboys defense holding Minnesota, a high-flying offense, to 16 points, but the stat up there on third down conversions, Minnesota 1 of 13. That might be the biggest stat of the night.
It is the greatest stat of the night, man. And then you look at the score. You got to always understand when your score is up under 20, you stand an 80% chance of winning the game. And this is what his defense did tonight. Parsons was excellent. Gregory was excellent. Diggs, he gave up a touchdown. His streak was broken, but he was consistent. This defense played from top to bottom, front to middle, did what they had to do.
What was the biggest key in a win tonight?
Biggest key in a win tonight was just team. From the head coach all the way down. It was a team effort. Rush, great job.
Yeah, he definitely did his job as much as he possibly could. Coming in as the backup quarterback, 325 total yards. Cooper Rush with his first career win. The Cowboys have won 6 straight, are now 6-1, and they hold a 3-game lead in the NFC East. They return home for a pair, and Week 9, well, things are going well for the Dallas Cowboys at the moment. That's it for Nate Newton. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Thanks for joining us on Cowboys Game Night. We'll see you next week. The Cowboys winning in a classic, 20-16 over the Vikings.